for the cars to pass. I'm doing another video right after the garden tour, not time for a garden tour, the Garden Journal book, book talk. I will stand back here so you can actually see my face. But I want to talk about different things that you can do while you're in the waiting, in this season of waiting, in the sense of it's winter, or in the waiting in the sense that you really want to farm but you don't know where to start your growing capability, growing your skills. A lot of people turn to YouTube, which is probably exactly why you're here right now, but YouTube is a great first place to start. This is where I started. I also started with a bunch of hands-on learning. If you can't do that, I understand. I was not always able to, and I only had it for a short amount of time. It was kind of like a crash course in chicks and gardening and everything. So I get it. If you have any questions about anything, please ask in the comments, or you can message me on Instagram. I don't know where that's linked right now. Maybe I'll have it linked somewhere, but I do want this to be a place for people to ask their questions and to just grow a community. So, one thing that I want to talk about that you can do in your waiting, when you are trying to envision your future farm, or just your future space in general. It doesn't have to be a farm right now, but your future space. Or you're wanting to buy seeds, but you're not knowing what to do or how to get started. I got you covered. And if I don't have you covered, then From the Farmyard does. I'm a part of that. I'm one of the hosts. So, as always, From the Farmyard is always linked down below. So if you want to watch anything, those videos are there. Podcast account, we go over things. We do garden tours every month, and we just cover a bunch of very cool topics. So first thing, well, this is the first and only, not first, kind of the second, because YouTube is the big one, or blogs or stuff like that. The second or third big thing that you can do is receive catalogs. And catalogs, let me get a good picture of this, from my thumbnail. But getting catalogs like this are very, very helpful. If you're wanting to get chicks in the spring, you can read up about them online, yes. Or you can go to different hatcheries and you can get the hatchery. They talk about different breed specifics. They do age, pricing, when they start laying, their temperament, Bantam breeds, Polishes, everything. And then in the back, this is just the Murray McMurray one, but in the back they have turkeys, ducks, geese, a whole bunch of different supplies that you could need, starter kits, poultry waters, equipment and flock protection, different ways of getting your eggs and stuff like that, weighing your eggs. I see that in here too, but there are so many different things. Egg aprons, different things you can use for your birds in terms of like sicknesses, feed, stuff like that. A bunch of different stuff in catalogs like this. So please, if you want to invest in, it's free. You can go sign up and you can get a free one. So that's always very, very good. Another one that I like, which is kind of my favorite one, is Burpee. I know there's a bunch of different places that you can get seed catalogs from. These are just the two that I'm on like the list to get. Burpee. I really like Burpee. I like being able to look at things. Yeah, I already know what I'm getting online. I do find, this is no hate towards Burpee at all, but I do find that their online store is not hard to navigate, but it can be very difficult. I've used it for a few years now, so I'm not a pro, but I know some tips and tricks with it. So, again, in this book, they have vegetables. They have I need to be careful with what I show. They have vegetables, they have flowers, they have introductions to what's new that year, different things that you should that you can try, and things like that. And it explains the harvest. It explains days to maturity, stuff like that. They also have flowers towards the back of the books. They also have an order form if you are looking to just order straight from this, mail it in, and you can get your seeds that way instead of placing an order on online. So they have a bunch of tomatoes. They have mix and matches. You can do actual plants like this. I have never done that. I prefer starting from seed, so that's just what I do. But they also do trellising. They have herbs. They have different fruit that you can buy. Love the flowers. And they have annuals, perennials, different supplies that you could need, starting trays, labels, handy seed sower, a heat mat, little greenhouses for on your counter or an actual greenhouse, a bunch of different things. Raised beds are in here, coverings, a whole bunch of stuff. So I do recommend you guys, if you can get to that, yeah, I recommend you trying to get a catalog, and that can really be a lot of help in seeing different things, but also envisioning more of your garden that way, and also some tips and tricks and different things. I know when I first started, I was not getting catalogs. I only started getting catalogs last year. I think this truck's coming back from the last video. I don't know, but I started getting the catalogs, and the catalogs have really helped. I don't place orders through the catalogs, which a lot of people do. I just like looking at all the pictures and the information and the different things and how people in the pictures are doing things, because it can give me ideas, but also to be like, hey, I really like this color, these are the variations, and of course you can get some other ones too. But it is really for that waiting time as well as ordering, but because that waiting time in getting a farm or just wanting to do something like this. But I'm here to tell you that even if you're growing even if you just have a balcony, you can grow a lot of food. Fresh salads, if you like fresh salads, you can grow all of that on a balcony. Look into container gardening. I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos on kiddie pools and container garden, 5-gallon bucket gardening, and a whole bunch of different stuff this year. In-depth tutorials and what I plant, what I do with this, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So stay tuned for that if you are interested. And that doesn't just apply to balconies. I'm doing that, and I have raised beds. I'm doing that because my roots grow better in there, but I also do a big showing of flowers later in the year, and I like having them in the buckets to where I can move them to, say, we're having an event and I can line the sidewalk or something. Event, not really, but like just having like a walkway or something like that. You can do so many cool things. So I will show you guys all of that this year, but I do think this is a very good step. Again, they're free. Why not get on that train? I do enjoy doing things like this. You really get to see things. You can have things referenced. You can look stuff up online also. But I also, like I said, like having the hard copy of something, and this is very helpful. Seeds, height, a whole bunch of different other things. So that's just with gardening, but there are so many different things with the chickens as well, and with a bunch of other things. These are just the catalogs that I'm part of, so if you're watching this and you have any catalogs that you think that I would be interested in, leave them below and I'll sign up for them and just get a bunch of catalogs, because why not? But yeah, the things like this I'm really excited for, because it's just a good way to envision your garden. I've grown stuff for a few years now, so I understand where things are going to kind of go, how many tomato plants I can fit here. I'm going to share all of that knowledge this year. And I'm doing things on a light scale. have been doing things on a light scale like that. I'm going to be packing my beds full of stuff this year. I want to make that known in this video, but I'll probably make a different video about it. But I am going to be packing my beds full for efficiency and to get as much food as possible for everything. Salads, salsas, everything. I'm going to be trying a bunch of stuff this year, so you guys stay tuned if you want to watch that. But yeah, so many different things, different arrangements with flowers and everything. Again, this is going to be documented here and on the From the Farmyard account. My channel I'll probably go into a bit more detail. Garden tours will be detailed in their own, but if you want to know more in depth of something, then I will be having videos on that, like more in depth of the garden or kiddie pool gardening, stuff like that. I'm going to be going more in depth on stuff like that. So just in different videos, and we'll probably do it on the From the Farmyard account too, because we are all about permaculture and using what you have and using resources that you might not even think are that you could use. But yeah, you can use so many different things in gardening. And remember, it doesn't have to look perfect. It's not your forever garden. You can always change it. I started with buckets, and I'll share that story eventually on here. I've shared it before, but it's lost in the video, so I'll share it in a specific video. But yeah, that's just some of the things that you can do to prepare for your future spaces and things like that. Now, you might not want to do as large of a scale as mine. You might just want to do flowers. You might just want to do a few tomato plants and some peppers and just enough to do a little bit of salsa to get you through the year. Or you just want to do it for salads or something like that. So that is a good way to do it. Another good way, which I do want to talk about really, really quick, is getting together with other homesteaders, other people who are doing this lifestyle. If you know somebody who's growing, see if you can help them plant their garden or whatever, because some chances are that they would appreciate the help. Some people use it as a form of therapy, like me, so I would rather do it on my own, but sometimes a little help can be helpful, obviously. But yeah, so see if you can help them, maybe just for a few days, learn what you can, and maybe see if they can help you get started with your own garden. They'd love to help you, honestly. Unless they're too busy, but chances are they'll still help you. But this is it for that video. I want to thank you guys for watching. I have a bunch more content that's going to be coming to the channel in time. Talked about it a little bit in the last video, but I didn't talk about this in the last video. I'm going to be taking probably a week or two break from YouTube, just getting all my ducks in a row. Not actually, but like figuratively, you know, and going over stuff like that, because I do want things to be I want to have enough videos, and I don't want to be trying to play catch up, so I'd rather wait. I do have some videos already filmed, which those are going to be weird in and of their own, but they're going to be pretty cool, I think. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and if you don't see a lot from me, you can go to Instagram and you can do watch some stuff over there, because I'm trying to get into like the daily posting on there, so, or 2 times daily, whatever is interesting, honestly. But yeah, just some very cool things, and excited to see where 2024 takes us. I'm in it for the long haul, obviously. Looking forward to positivity and tons of wonderful experiences here, there, and everywhere. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.